Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel. It was a game that was released on the 5th of September 2022. Fast forward 9 months and Konami announces Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel, well, it's coming to an end. This means that Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel, well, it only had a lifespan of 9 months. And it's interesting because I can see why it failed, but at the same time, it's kind of a shame. And I thought we'd talk about it today because it's going away. We'll never be able to see it again. So let's look at it before it goes. First things first, what was Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel? Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel was designed to be a Yu-Gi-Oh! Game that anyone could play. You didn't necessarily need to know anything about how to play the actual Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game. However, the cards would feature in the game, as well as the monsters and some aspects of the gameplay of regular Yu-Gi-Oh! The idea of the game is that it is a 4-player game. You all duel each other in this interconnected cross-duel thing, thus the name. The objective of the game is to be the player with the highest life points left at the end of a game. Games are made up of 8 turns maximum. These turns consist of a main phase and a battle phase. So overall, you get 8 main phases and 8 battle phases to inflict as much damage as you can. A game can be ended earlier if any of the 4 players' life points reach 0. But how do you deal damage to the opponent? Well, you can summon your monsters into any of the 3 monster zones. Summoning a monster into a zone will set it down a path. A monster will follow that path a certain distance. If that monster reaches the end of that path, basically reaching an opponent, they will attack them directly and deal damage to their life points. Now, I know this sounds a lot like regular Yu-Gi-Oh! With a couple extra steps. However, there's a twist. If you deal damage to an opponent in any way via battle, not only do you deal damage to the opponent, you gain life points equal to the damage you just dealt. There is a cap on how many life points you can gain though, which is 8,000. Which sometimes could be annoying in the middle of a duel if you're absolutely like clapping people. It's a shame to get hard limited like that. Obviously though, opponents aren't just going to let you attack them directly that easily. They're going to summon monsters in attack or defense position to defend themselves. If 2 monsters reach each other, then they just battle like you would in regular Yu-Gi-Oh! The monster with the highest attack destroys the opponent's monster. However, there's another twist. If my monster attacks an opponent's monster, be it an attack or defense, the difference between the 2 is subtracted from the monster's attack points. For example, if a 1600 attack point monster attacked a 1500 attack point monster, after the battle, the 1500 attack would be subtracted from the winning monster in that battle, so now it would only have 100 attack points left. Not only that though, but if there's multiple monsters on the path, if you meet another monster in battle, you can attack again. But obviously you're weakened now, so you're less likely to win the battle again. Obviously, there's some other unique features of Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel. You can activate spell cards and trap cards. There is a unique card in the center of the cross, basically the one path where every monster can go down together. They'll put an enticing card in the middle. So the first monster to touch that card gives their owner that card. So you can get monsters with abilities that make them faster. So sometimes you can get to those cards quicker. But what tends to happen is everybody will use a monster that's fast. So all the fast monsters will go together. They'll all destroy each other. And sometimes the slow monster will sluggishly get it in the end. So it was a nice bit of strategy, but you'd get a good card out of it. Another cool feature is some monsters could be given effects that don't necessarily have effects normally. For example, Blue Eyes White Dragon can be given the ability that it can destroy an opponent's weak monster when it's summoned. And if you had enough upgrade material, you could make Blue Eyes able to destroy any monster, not just weak monsters, but even another Blue Eyes, for example. So this was the gist of Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel. So I want to talk about now the reception to it. What do people think of this game? Now, for me personally, I really enjoyed Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel when it first came out. The first month it was out, I played it a lot. I managed to play ranked and get to the top rank, and I enjoyed it while I was doing it. I did notice some problems, but I'd say overall, it was fun. I enjoyed myself the first month playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel. I made my deck. I tried to upgrade as many monsters as I could. I played free to play, so I just had to get lucky with my pulls, and I did. So I enjoyed the game, but what did the internet think? Well, if we look at the Twitch stats, Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel did not do very well. Now, obviously, people can be playing this game and just not wanting to watch it. This is normally a good indication of what people think of the game. If people are watching other people play the game, that means they're playing it most likely. And on Twitch, unfortunately, it's not doing very well. Like, as of the time making this, live viewers, 0. Channels streaming this game, 0. Average viewers in the last 7 days, 8 people. Obviously, Cross Duel didn't do very well reception-wise. Looking at views on YouTube as well, didn't really get very many views either. So why did that happen? Why did people not become very interested in Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel? People like Yu-Gi-Oh! People always want new stuff to do with Yu-Gi-Oh! So why didn't this work? I think it came out a little bit too close to Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, because we just got this Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, this really big game that everybody had been really hoping for. And then this was kind of there on the side. I think people didn't really have that much time for it. So yeah, I think being sandwiched between Master Duel and Duel Links, I just think there wasn't a space for Cross Duel in the middle, unfortunately. It's hard to say what Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel, who it was actually for. Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel, you can't really take your Yu-Gi-Oh! Skills that you've built up and apply them to this game. It's not Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel could literally be anything. This could have been Pokemon Cross Duel, this could have been Mario Cross Duel, could have been Genshin Impact Cross Duel. But that seems like a weird reason for it not to succeed. So what could it have been to make this game not very successful? Well, I think a lot of people tend to point the finger at the monetization. And I'm gonna have to kind of agree with them to a degree. Now, I got lucky when I played, and I just happened to get the Blue Eyes White Dragon several times in some lucky packs just by playing the game. And by doing that, I managed to upgrade my Blue Eyes into basically a pay-to-win monster. And it's kind of funny because it really shows how pay-to-win it was, because now they've kind of just let everyone have a random 10 pull like every day, and they've just given people like tons of gems because like the sunset's coming for the game, and it feels so different just being able to like buy all these packs and everything. So you know, there's that. Saying all that, those aren't personally my reasons why I think the game failed. I actually think it wasn't a very well-structured game, because this is something that I noticed that could happen. If 1 or 2 people just decided they didn't like you in the middle of a game, if 2 people just decided that person there is not going to win this duel, you will have almost 0% chance of winning. If 2 people just start attacking you and just piling on all the damage, it's really difficult for you to just keep defending yourself. And if a 3rd person piles on as well, what are you supposed to do? Like, for no reason, sometimes people will just choose you. It's just random sometimes. You might have a picture people might not like as your profile picture. Everyone targets you. I've used as many cards as I can to defend myself, but that's kind of all I had. I mean, I bet some people can probably turn the tides of those battles, but most of the time, no. And honestly, it took so long to play a game. Like, you really had to sink some time into this. And like, the animations were so long because you have to start the duel, whole animation comes up, you summon your monsters, you have to wait for everyone. There's 4 players, remember, so you've got to wait for everyone to ready up. Yep, they want to commit to that, they want to commit to that. Everything's got to go down, they've got a battle, animation. Like, some of it was nice. Like, if I had to pick the good things of this game, I definitely think the animations that they got for the game were really nice. A lot of the big monsters had like summon animations, which looked really awesome. All the little monsters had like little figure forms that would go around, move, make noises and stuff, which was really awesome. They got a lot of nice like character icons you could have. There was some nice cosmetics in the game. Those were kind of the good things that were going for it. The other thing that failed me about this game was the fact that it wasn't available on PC. Since I couldn't play it on Steam like Duel Links and Master Duel, I really struggled to be bothered to stream this game and make content for it, because I had to go for like a whole ball ache of just getting the footage on and playing it, and then sometimes it won't look as good. That really sucked in that aspect for me as a content creator, which can sometimes have a snowball effect, because if people aren't making videos of it, sometimes people aren't watching it, people think there's not that much interest in it, so that's sometimes one of the reasons. From what I hear from other people as well, there just wasn't that many events in the game, so the game was kind of starved for content, or they were really like spaced out so much. And then when you played them, I wasn't a big fan of raid duels and tag duels really, so I didn't really care about them too much. On Konami's end as well, I think they just weren't earning enough money from this game, because obviously if you've got not many people playing this game, not many people are spending on this game. They did do a comparison between Master Duel and Cross Duel, and I think whatever Cross Duel made in its entirety is probably what Master Duel makes in like a single month. They probably looked at that and was just like, this is not worth holding on to. And I will say that Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel was an interesting venture. I thought it was kind of cool. However, even me personally, after that 1 month of playing ranked, getting to the max rank, I thought, yeah, I'm kind of done with this. I've seen all this game has to offer, and I think even with introductions of like new mechanics and stuff that they ended up adding, it wasn't enough to keep me hooked, kind of thing. And I mean, I already had Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel to do that, so I mean, like another game like this, No. Honestly, it's kind of a shame that this game is just going to, like, slip into the ether now. Like, I don't know what's going to happen to it, because it was a fun little game. It's a shame it can't just be, like, globbed onto, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel or something as, like, a little side content thing with, like, no ranks. I don't know, I guess that'd be a waste of assets, but it's just a shame to see it, like, go away with, like, all the time that was put into making, like, the animations and everything like that. Even, like, the little opening cutscene with, like, Dark Magician, all the, like, main monsters from the anime characters, like, doing battle in the street square somewhere. It was kind of cool. To close out the Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel chapter, this is my final ever duel. Enjoy. Thank you all for watching.
I summon my monster! Like I'm gonna let you win! What? I summon my monster! I'll get you for this! What? What? Like I'm gonna let you win. I summon my monster! What? What? get you for this! I activate my spell card!
I would love to hear your stories. If you played Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel, and if you did play it, did you enjoy it? Did you dislike it? Did you think it was a bit too monetized? Was it not monetized enough? Let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Catch you later.